My husband told me he was flying out
Just
on
take care of the
Wednesday,
kids, baby.
so I drove him to the airport, watched him walk inside, and then, 10 minutes later, I saw him walk right back out. And that's when I realized I might not know my husband at all. Hi, my name is Kimberly. I'm 35. I've been married for 10 years. We have two kids. And until a few weeks ago, I would have told you I trusted my husband completely. Now, I don't even trust my own judgment anymore. My husband, Lucas, is an executive. Long hours, constant travel. The kind of man people describe as disciplined, a provider. And to be fair, he never gave me a clear reason to doubt him, which is why this whole thing didn't feel obvious. It started small, the kind of thing you brush off. I went to his office one afternoon to drop something off, and while I was waiting, I overheard two women talking. They didn't realize I could hear them, or perhaps they didn't care. One of them laughed and said, "His wife's here." Then the other one said, "Oh, you mean his home wife? Where's his real one today?" They both laughed, like it was normal, like it was an inside joke everyone understood except me. I had heard that phrase before, work wife. The first time, it was at a company event. Someone joked about it, and I remember looking at Lucas. He laughed, said it was
Nothing
just
to worry
office
about,
culture,
babe.
nothing
It's just
serious.
office
And
culture.
I believed him because it didn't feel like enough to question. So by the time I heard it again in his office, I already knew what it meant. I smiled like I didn't hear anything, but something about it felt off to me. I asked Lucas about it when he got home, but he brushed it off and I let it go. A week later, Lucas told me he had a business trip, Wednesday to Sunday. Routine, I
It's
didn't
best
question
for
it.
everyone.
Later that night, I was sitting next to his phone while he was in the shower, and it lit up. A WhatsApp notification. I didn't even know he used WhatsApp, but the preview showed just enough. Her name and one line. Wednesday still works. I'll book the room. I froze, stared at the screen, trying to convince myself it meant something else, that there was a normal explanation, but my chest tightened because I knew exactly what I was looking at. I opened the message, scrolled just enough. Dates, a hotel confirmation, in our city, not where his trip was supposed to be. Then I checked his email, and there it was, his real flight, Friday departure, Sunday return. Clear, unmistakable. And just like that, everything shifted. I didn't confront him, not yet. Wednesday morning, I drove him to the airport. Like always, we talked about normal things, the kids, groceries. He kissed me goodbye, walked inside, and I drove away. Made it around the U-turn, then stopped. Something in me just said, wait. So I parked, watched. 10 minutes passed, then 15, and then I saw him, walking out, calm, like this was routine.
Oh, this is
And
it.
before I could think it through, I followed him. He got into a car and drove
Take care.
across the city, pulled into a quiet hotel, the kind of place people go when they don't want to be seen. And then I saw her, his work wife. They kissed each other. I felt like I was dying inside, but I managed to hold it in and take some pictures. I realized that what I was witnessing wasn't new. I was watching something that already existed. I didn't confront them. I went home and I started preparing, saved everything, pictures, messages, emails, dates, because this wasn't confusion anymore. Everything was clear. That night, he called me from his business trip. I answered, let
I
him
miss
talk
you,
about
Kimberly.
meetings,
I'll be
about
back in a
long
few
days,
days, and we
about
can plan
things
our
that didn't
vacation.
exist, and I just listened. Sunday night, he came home, acting normal, like nothing had happened.
Honey, I'm
That's
home.
when I asked him, why did you lie about your flight? He froze for a second. Then his face changed. Annoyance.
Why were you checking my itinerary? You are overthinking this. There is nothing going on.
Calm, confident, like I was the problem. So I looked at him and said, I know about her. And everything changed. At first, he denied it.
No,
Then
baby,
he
I can
minimized
explain.
it. But I wasn't having that.
I've already
I told him
spoken to
I'd
my
already
lawyer.
spoken to a lawyer, that I had everything I needed, that this
This
wasn't
isn't
a
a
conversation
conversation
anymore.
anymore.
It was a
I've made my
decision.
decision.
And just like that, His whole confidence crumbled. He wasn't in control anymore. He started apologizing, saying it wasn't what it looked like, that it didn't mean anything, that he made a mistake, that we could fix this. And that's when our families got involved. Both sides, same message. Don't throw away 10 years. Think about the kids. Marriage is about forgiveness. Men make mistakes. Even my own parents said every marriage goes through something. But I keep thinking about something no one is saying. This wasn't one mistake. This was planned. This was creating a version of his life that I didn't exist in. So now he's trying. Flowers, calls, showing up, and everyone keeps asking me the same question. Why won't you give him another chance? But here's the question I can't get past. If someone is capable of building an entire second
amazing
life
tonight,
without
baby.
you knowing,
Thanks, you're the
are you
best.
supposed to trust
Just
what
like
they
every
do
other time.
next or what they've already proven they can do? So now I'm filing for divorce. And somehow that's the part people think
Your
is
decision has
extreme.
brought shame
Not
on
the
this
lying,
family.
not the deception, not the double life.
You have a child. You
That.
can't just walk
And I
away
keep
from it.
wondering, am I walking away from something fixable or am I finally seeing it clearly for the first time? If you were in my position, would you stay or would you leave? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.